Good afternoon. So, on behalf of a number of my colleagues, I would like to introduce you the Somalia experience and answer to this question: does telemedicine improve pediatric care in a remote conflict setting? Somalia is a country at war since 2 decades. It is particularly dangerous for expatriate staff, since as they are subjected to kidnapping and direct risk by fundamental groups and militias. So therefore, the only approach we could follow was a remote control strategy, and that implies reliance on the national Somali staff. So we have no expatriates on the site. So we are presently in the Galgaduud region, where we are supporting a hospital, which is Gouriel Hospital, and 2 health posts in Doussa and Hinder. So you can see the overview of the hospital. It is a secondary level hospital with a capacity of 100 beds. As you can see, we have more than 60,000 consultations a year, and the caseload is quite high if we look at the outpatient and inpatient activities. So, despite this heavy workload, we have problems with the Somali clinical staff. Because of this war, they have very poor background education, no opportunity for continuing their education, no on-site supervision by senior clinicians, and no exposure to new medical developments. So the issue of quality of consultation and quality of inpatient care is a major concern. That is why we wanted to introduce a concrete tool, a new telemedicine technology, which is defined as the use of audio and visual communication to support medical care when distance separates participants. In this specific context, we are talking about teleconsultation and telementoring between Nairobi and the Somalia mission. So the concept is simple: to export expertise, but due to the insecurity, not the experts in Somalia. So the system is quite simple. In Somalia, you have the clinical officer with a headset, with a microphone and a camera, and a small portable device with also linked to a camera. In Nairobi, you have the senior clinical doctor who is attending in a real-time consultation in Somalia. So you can see that the system costs about $10,000. So the objective of this presentation were to assess if in a remote hospital setting the impact of the telemedicine on quality of pediatric care is there, and also to show the added value of this service as perceived by the clinicians. So we started to focus on the pediatric ward for several reasons, because first of all of the high mortality in this ward, and also for the cultural acceptance. It is more easy to work with children in this context. In a second step, we will implement the tool in the reproductive health and in the emergency department. So as you can see, this is our pediatrician in Nairobi in front of the computer, following in a real time the consultation in Gouriel, in the hospital. Those are some examples of the medical consultation we are seeing in the telemedicine. You have malnutrition with complications, pale child, most probably anemia. What you can see is really the high resolution of the image, and the difference of colors is quite evident. You have convulsions. So during the telemedicine consultation, we have seen this child convulsing in real time. And you can as well follow charts reviews. Here you can see the fever charts review. So what was the methodology? We did a retrospective analysis of case management over a period from December 2010 to May 2011 in the pediatric ward. We did as well a perception study with semi-structured questionnaire for the clinicians, and we received the ethic clearance from MSF and the union. The first results, because it's just the beginning, from December 2010 to May 2011, we had a total consultation of 222. So you can see the increase of the demand of telemedicine consultation by clinical staff in Somalia. What is the impact of the telemedicine on the case management? So on 222 consultations, 56% had a significant added diagnosis made via telemedicine. And 47% had a life-threatening condition that was missed by the initial consultant in Gouriel, and that the telemedicine support helped to diagnose. So what does that mean? Actually, for every 10 children seen in the telemedicine, 6 had their clinical management significantly altered and improved. And out of these, 5 on every 10 children had a life-threatening condition that was missed, but due to the advice of the pediatrician, changed. So this telemedicine really is a life-saving intervention for those children. And 6% had a clear decision on referral. So here you can see some life-threatening conditions. For instance, that child was treated for meningitis. From the consultation, so in Nairobi, we could see that this child had subtle convulsions, and we suggested to do a lumbar puncture, and he had purulent CSF. So after 3 days of treatment, he was sitting and laughing in his bed. Again, we had an image of pneumothorax. This child was in huge distress, and we suggested to the surgeon to put a tube, and actually they removed 400 ml of pus. Again, this child it was a missed diagnosis. He was treated with antibiotic, but actually it was pen fingers. And you have other conditions like tuberculosis or any other life-threatening conditions. So for the perception study, from the clinicians, what was their outcomes? On the case management, they were telling that the direct contact with senior colleague had a real added value for rapid decision making. It improved the recognition of the risk sign, and it improved the diagnosis and prescription practice. This tool was well accepted, and all the parents could talk to the distant clinician in Nairobi because he's a Somali speaker, so it facilitates the consultation. The technology is easy to use, but we could consider to add mobile and bidirectional video and add other devices like otoscope or stethoscope. The challenges. Of course, we had some challenges in the beginning. There were high variation in audio and video quality. So we had to change the internet provider, and now we have a bigger bandwidth which permits sustainable communication. The lack of bidirectional video communication was also a challenge, but we are looking into it, and we will provide a new generation of the portable device which will allow to have bidirectional audio and video communication. So in conclusion, Telemedicine in a remote conflict setting in Somalia provides a useful way forward in bridging gap in quality, has a positive impact on the pediatric case management, and is saving a lot of money. So we believe that this experience is of high operational interest for wider use in other conflicts or in remote areas. Thanks for your attention, and thanks to the Somali for their dedication and commitment.